Third time's the charm. I'm starting to think I should start to learn how to edit because this is getting annoying. I get into like a 20-minute video and then I realize, whoops, I messed up on something. Great. Anyways, I still love what I do. It's just, there are moments where it kind of sucks what I do. Mostly because of my fault. I should just edit. Anyways, I should probably stop wasting my time with it before I realize, oh, I maybe should reshoot that because, it's not great to just have somebody rambling constantly. Some dead flowers here, because. Alright, today I want to talk about theological disagreements within the church. There are many, but not all are the same. Some are bigger, some are smaller, some are more important, some are absolutely frivolous. I want to address how we approach dealing with these issues because I don't think we do a very good job at it, especially not as Christians on the internet. The internet, like everyone else, like every other person, the internet brings out the worst in us, and I think it's definitely true for Christians when they come face to face with theological disagreements. So yeah, in this video I want to talk about how we address these issues, what we can do to change, and yeah, so let's just go into it and see what happens. I'm not the best orator, so apologies. Anyways, I want to first make clear that there are three different kinds of theological disagreements. I know, major disagreements and minor disagreements. What else is there? Good question. Well, keeping with the major and minors, yeah, there are definitely major disagreements and minor disagreements. But it doesn't mean that all are to be treated the same. So, let's consider this. The first one is the obvious one. Major theological disagreements. Jesus is not God. Okay, yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Can I have a word with you, please? I want to talk with you about that. Those are major theological disagreements, and very rightly we treat those with severe reaction. We say, hey, no, that's not okay. You can't believe this. This is not right. You should not believe this sort of doctrine. Right? And when we don't do that, well, it obviously leads people astray, and this is not okay. So I'm thinking about stuff like, yeah, Jesus is not God. That is a major theological disagreement. It is a rejection of the biblical record, and it most certainly prevents people from knowing Jesus and knowing God. We should do our very best to make sure that such beliefs are dealt with, but dealt with in a proper manner. Now, the second group is, I think, going to be a little more controversial. It's minor theological disagreements that can lead people astray. Actually, not can, do. But they do lead people astray. And I'm talking about stuff like, oh, it's okay to be homosexual and gay. Christian, sorry. You're already gay if you're homosexual. That's kind of how it works. Anyways, bro, I swear if I get hit for hate speech for that, oh man. Anyways, that is a minor theological disagreement in that it's not like pertinent to the nature of salvation, but it is not by any means something that we can just overlook, right? Because this thing definitely can lead people astray, and in fact does. You see, when we have beliefs like this, what we're saying to people who are homosexual or who do have these tendencies to say, "Oh, it's okay. It's not a sin. God is not angry with you when you do this." That is a mistake. If we tell people this, we're effectively saying, hey, it's okay for you to continue in your life of sin. I don't think I need to explain why that's not good. Telling people that it's okay to continue to live a life of sin is not okay because, well, you know, sin is bad. We're not supposed to continue in sin when we have received Christ as our Lord. If indeed we are saved, then we are to stop sinning and instead turn to God. Telling people that it's okay to be gay and a Christian to actively practice a homosexual lifestyle. I want to make that clear, right? Right? To actively practice that, it's a sin. We have to make that abundantly clear to people. I will not apologize for that. So yeah, that's the second group. Minor-ish, because it's not like a major doctrine, but it is major in that it can and in fact has led to people falling away or believing that they are saved when in fact they continue to live in sin and they are not in the light. And then finally, the third one is, of course, minor disagreements. Oh, I believe that women should be pastors. It's not that bad. It's not going to lead people astray per se. There's a fair argument for why it's okay for women to be pastors. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, it's not a major doctrine. It's not going to lead anyone astray. It's not going to cause anyone to drop out of salvation because they don't know God. No, it's just a matter of how we do church and how we do that. Please don't wreck me in the comments about how, oh no, it's not a minor doctrine, you're leading people astray. Yeah. Okay, I get it. Sure. I will not get into that argument with you because I don't feel like it right now. Anyways, my main point is these minor arguments we don't have to kill each other over, right? And we don't have to be like, oh, these guys are like heretical. We need to shut them down immediately. Yeah, nah, not yet. Not yet. Maybe, but you have to figure that out. Anyways, so with that being said, these three different areas of theological disagreement thus require three different responses. Well, and these responses must be done properly. All right. Let me explain. So for the first group, the major doctrines, we should really approach this carefully. And I'm not saying to, dither on about like how this is okay, or maybe we shouldn't disagree with them just because they still believe in Jesus. No, not really. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we need to address them in a way that does not drive them further away. Right? And I'm thinking specifically of churches that are either cults or are just patently theologically incorrect. So I'm looking at things like what's Joel Osteen's church called? Lakewood, I think. Anyways, Joel Osteen's church. You guys preach the prosperity gospel. Yeah, we really should make clear that it is wrong, right? But we need to make sure that we don't like go after them in such a way that they're like, oh, come on, man, like this ain't cool, right? Where they say, oh no, I'm just going to keep going further and further and further into my heretical teachings because I keep getting rejected by other people. I don't want to keep going, right? We don't want to do that because what we effectively do is say, hey, we disagree with you, but we're not going to do it in a loving way. We're not going to really show love to you. We're just going to, destroy you because we don't like you. Now, the reason why we should not just like go and zap someone with lightning for this is because, well, quite simple, really. It shuts people up. Who wants to talk to someone who on a regular basis says, "Oh, dude, you're absolutely like crazy. You're insane, man. How can you believe this?" Right? We need to treat them with love. These people are lost. These people are misled. We can't just like slam down hard on them because we think that they're affiliated with a church or a cult. We need to treat them with love so that they can understand that, hey, what I'm believing in is wrong. These guys clearly have shown me love. Maybe I should listen to what they're saying. Right? And it's the same with other religions as well. Yeah. Now, for the second group, there is, which is the minor and misleading, there is another approach that we have to keep in mind, right? We have to understand that although these are not technically major, they are still significant disagreements and we need to deal with them appropriately. And again, we should not strike them down with a fist of lightning and tell them, oh, you guys are going to go explode or something crazy, right? Again, love. We show them love. Stop trying to kill people because they disagree with you. I don't know how else I can say this. Killing people is bad. Seriously, don't go up to someone who supports homosexuality and declares that it's not a sin and say, dude, you're the most evil guy, or like, oh man, you deserve to go to hell or something. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe don't do that. Because again, when we go really hard and really hostile on people, what do people do? They clam up and they say, hey, you know what? These guys, they don't like me. I don't like them. I'm going to completely go to my side. They can stay on their side. The end. It's sad when that happens because we drive people away from the truth. And when we drive people away from the truth, well, Satan gets what he wants. And we give it to him. So, really, please make sure that if you go up to someone who maybe is a progressive Christian and says, oh, I believe in this, don't ridicule them, don't hate them, don't mock them or whatever else I can think of. Show love to them, please. Show love to them and guide them back to the truth. That's what we're doing. That's what we gotta do. We let the Holy Spirit work in them so that they may be saved. And finally, the third group is the minor ones that really don't matter that much. I know you're probably saying, well, they do matter. Well, I think this is why I'm making this video. You're the reason why I have to make this video, because there are some people who will constantly say, oh, no. These are major doctrines. We must ensure that people always do communion on the first day of the month. First week, let's say. Or, we cannot have a Calvinist teaching us about theology, or an Arminian. I'm an Arminian. Oh no. All right, like, if someone disagrees with you, yeah, they disagree with you. Don't go on the warpath against them because you think that they're like absolutely wrong. They might be, but they're not misleading anyone. They're not causing anyone to end up in hell. So all's cool in the hood, or at least just like be nice. All right. And yes, I'm specifically talking to you, YouTube commenter, who is about to place a very strongly worded comment in here about how, I don't know, what did I bring up? Women in ministry is okay, or how it's not okay, and then like strike me down or something. Yes, I'm talking to you because I don't want to deal with it, and because it's not the best way to do it. We in the church need to present our arguments in a thoughtful and truthful manner that allows people to think critically and to understand properly what exactly we're trying to get across. It might not be the easiest thing, and it takes time to do it, but we should do it nonetheless because it is far better for us to show love to one another than to start another holy war on Twitter. against the bloody Calvinists. Love. Show them love. Okay. I think that's the main thing I want to get across here. We need to show love to people. Doesn't matter what the theological disagreements are. It doesn't matter like how much you think they're wrong. You need to show them love. If they're being led astray, guide them back gently. Remind them of what is the truth. Don't force it on them. Show them. Demonstrate it. Demonstrate the love of God to them if you want to talk about God being loving. Show that the Bible is true. Show them that homosexuality is a sin, while also making sure to do it in a tactful manner that isn't going to make them just look at you even worse afterwards. If you disagree with someone, make sure they know why, right? And don't go crazy next time, okay? And even if you disagree with someone, and this is the final point I will make here about theological disagreements, even if you disagree with someone, you don't have to completely cut them off from your life. Okay? Alright, I want to make that clear. Don't cut them off from your life. If they're minor disagreements, don't cut them off. If they're major disagreements, exercise discernment, but don't cut them off again. Don't. If they are minor but and misleading, don't cut them off, but again, show discernment. I don't know how else I can say it. Show discernment, but love them. Don't cut them off. Specifically to the theological disagreement thing, I am well aware that there are some people who will not agree with anything that I said in this video. Specifically in this video. They might agree with stuff I've said in other videos. If that's you, cool. If you disagree with me, I do want you to let me know why. I'm not infallible. I don't even want to present myself as infallible. But if you disagree with me, it doesn't mean that you have to completely cut me off or like add me to your YouTube ignore list. All right? I listen to Calvinist YouTubers. I don't agree with them, but on the issue of Calvinism, but I agree with them on the issue of, say, how we should approach addressing homosexuality within the church. I agree with them on those points. I'm not going to cut them off just because of one minor theological disagreement. Now, of course, if the very sight of a video of mine like strikes fear or anger into your heart, maybe start blocking me because I don't want that to become a stumbling block for you, or I don't want it to become like a major issue for you. So in that case, yeah. But otherwise, you can take some of what I say and not all of it. All right? This house looks ugly. You might disagree. Doesn't mean that you have to toss away this entire map. So yeah, case in point, love your brothers and sisters, guide them back to the truth if it's a major or is misleading, and please exercise love in every single situation. Always be sure to guide people back to the truth, back to the Bible, and make sure that you do not come off as a complete jerk. All right? We good? We clear? Yeah? Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry if my tone's been kind of like weird. It just really annoys me, this topic, okay? It just really annoys me how the church sometimes goes about it. It's ridiculous. Don't even get me started on translation version wars, okay? I'll stop. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, cool. Thanks for checking in. If you didn't agree with it, by all means, I want you to leave a comment. Tell me why you disagreed. Please be loving. Please don't absolutely make it appear like you completely ignored the thesis of my video. Unless, of course, your problem is with the thesis, and in which case, fine. But please, try and be loving. I'm doing my best here, okay? I'm doing my best. Anyways, see you next time in whatever video that is. May God bless you. May He keep you. Yeah. Remember, God loves you.